She's a wolf. She's a wolf. I don't know what that song is.
Is that a real song?
No.
There's somebody should make a song called She's a Wolf.
No.
Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love.
Y'all,
I want my ear
headphones. Y'all, we're doing this without headphones.
It's hot, y'all.
It's going to get hot if we use them.
I can put.
Oh, I'm glad you decided
I'll
to
have
do
one
this
on and one off.
in the middle of the fucking show.
I can't hear myself well. This is better.
Oh,
That's
God.
better. Oh, yes.
Y'all,
Yes.
welcome to 90 Day Gaze.
Welcome.
My name's Maddie, a.k.a. Matt.
And I'm Jake, a.k.a. Poodle.
We're doing this show a day late because Poodle didn't feel well yesterday.
I didn't.
Because
I
how many hot dogs did you eat on 4th of July, Poodle?
3. I'm almost certain it's something I ate on the 4th of July. It's not COVID. Someone's going to come at me because I don't have any kind of like diarrhea or vomiting or anything like that. I feel
nauseous
sick
and bloated.
Yeah, and I felt gross for about 3 days.
Drink some coffee and eat a lot of fiber. They'll get you good.
You're not supposed to eat a lot of fiber or anything when your stomach is upset. You want easily digestible things.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
like,
you're a great doctor.
maybe like get some kashi or something, some cereal.
I had some oatmeal.
That's
some
good
steel-cut oats.
fiber. And then kind of like Mary says on Smothered, oh, that's a good poopsie. Oh, Brittany, that poopsie.
Can we not talk about my my digestive system?
Poodle hasn't watched Smothered yet, so
I haven't
can't
yet.
talk about it. I recorded my reaction to Brittany's surprise, and I told Poodle when you watch it, you have to record
We'll have to
your
put them
reaction,
together.
and then I'll put them on the Instagram.
I think I know what it is. I've kept
Oh.
myself away.
Oh, I didn't know what it was at all.
Yeah.
So, anyway, y'all.
I think I know what it is.
All right, well.
Anyway, this is happily ever after?
Happily ever after?
And
Season something, episode something. It's
I think
called
it's
She's a Wolf.
5. Do we have any announcements we need to get
Called
to?
She's a Wolf.
Y'all, our Bar Curious episode this week is
Find Love Live.
Find Love Live.
Live.
Now, so far, I don't know if anyone, the Find Love part, I don't know if that's worked out for anybody.
All I know is they keep saying, who the fuck chose this? And I have to say, y'all, it was Poodle.
I was drunk one night and turned it on. I thought it was a good show.
So, wait.
There was a
so
gay guy who's like, you're hot.
So this is like 11 o'clock at night when you're
Yes.
drunk. So it could be abysmal.
I was wasted when I watched it. And I wrote, oh my God, this is the best show ever.
That's fair.
This poor host named Suki.
I don't know.
Who gives a shit? We'll find out. She's just trying to hold it together.
Oh, no.
But it's kind of like a combination of Love Connection when they have 3 people, and then the audience votes, kind of like the old style Love Connection, or kind of like that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when the audience decides who's going to die. Is that called The Marathon Man? Am I making that up?
Maybe. I think that is called The Marathon
Or like
Man.
What Monster Kills Them?
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was our governor.
He was.
It's hard to remember
That's
that.
still weird.
And, he's a pretty good governor.
The jury's still out. But no one came to the State House and pillaged it and burnt it down.
No,
So-
but he did cheat on his wife.
He did.
So,
That's,
potato, cheater.
Potato. Y'all. So yeah, Find Love Live. I'm not going to say it's good.
But we're going to recap it in our Bi-Curious episode. That episode's still not going to air until Friday.
Yeah, it's really messy. But
And
it comes on tonight, or when are we recording
11 o'clock
this?
on Monday.
Yeah. So Monday. So you better listen.
This show we're doing, you're lucky because we had to wait because you ate too many hot dogs. The show we're doing right now.
That sounds ridiculous.
The show we're doing
We had
now.
to wait because you ate too many hot dogs.
The show we're doing now airs today. For once, you don't have to pretend to know what day it is. You're on the right day.
Because you ate too many hot dogs. I'm not sure if it was that or the potato salad. I don't know. That was the only thing I ate, though. Although right after that, I did eat a piece of yellow cake, and I inhaled it. So it may have been the mixture.
Craving yellow cake with chocolate.
That's
icing.
exactly what I ate.
Oh.
It may have been the mixture of those three things that just detonated an atomic bomb.
Boosh.
Exactly.
I don't think we have any other announcements this week. We've got the normal stuff going. We've got Smothered. We got The Other Way. We don't have any interviews with anybody, but people
Thank
really
God.
enjoyed it. We've got 2 more episodes of Labor of Love to get through.
Ugh.
God help us.
Boy, I'm
And then we'll
creeping across that finish line.
talk about the YouTube Live and everything later. Are we doing, and no, we're not doing any sissy shout-outs or anything on this episode. We saved that for The Other Way.
That's The Other Way.
So we're good.
All right.
Yeah, good. We will be having an announcement coming, hopefully by the end of the week, but
Oh, that one.
we're waiting to get some
Every
things in
time
order.
you say that, I'm like, which one?
Basically,
My
y'all,
short-term memory is like a dog, or like I like you could leave me, and then I'm so happy
Yep.
to see you when you get home.
that you should see him with a 10-inch Latin dick that's back in 5 minutes later. Who is it? I'd pant too. Speaking of somebody who would pant for a big dick, let's talk about Angela. Michael. Angela and Michael. Well, actually, let's talk about Michael first.
Yeah,
'cause we
it's
see
Michael.
him.
Michael, you guys, he's still in love with Angela. I love this phrase that Michael says. I love her zeal. That's exactly what I would call it. She's got this zest for life.
She
y'all.
does, but I don't know.
I
if
love her zeal.
I don't know if Angela knows what that means.
I doubt it.
But you're right. He was trained by Brits.
Yeah, I love her zeal.
She does. She does. That is a great
I love
word.
her smile and her boobs.
What happened to those Zest commercials?
When the guy showering, they were
and then
so hot.
And then they had the towel in the back.
You
and
kind of
just
saw
wanted them to drop their towel.
You kind of saw their armpits, y'all, and
Yeah,
it was
and you wanted them to drop the towel.
yes,
at the
and it
end.
was like
Yes.
soapy, and you.
Ooh.
We're getting into a
Yeah,
weird area.
what's happening? But
I need to
suddenly-
excuse myself
We're
into an
talking about
interior
soap,
room.
but we
Y'all
feel
come at
dirty.
us if you felt stirrings of sexuality while watching the Zest soap commercials.
That and the guy who sang "I'm a Pepper" because he had a big dick. You
I don't
could
remember
tell.
that.
I'm a pepper, you're a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
I've
too,
heard the
Dr.
song.
Pepper?
I don't remember him.
Big penis.
Okay.
Anyway,
I
love that
appreciate
people's
everybody
mothers
who's
listen.
who's come at me for not knowing one song, that Kool and the Gang Fresh song. If you knew
People
how
came-
many songs he doesn't know, y'all, that's what's funny.
but here's the deal. I don't label myself as a professional musician, even though I do have a degree in music, and B, a savant of music. The way you do label you are a savant of music.
I do know a lot of songs, but good God. You would have thought that I said I'd never heard a Beatles song. People, like, through all mediums. Facebook. Wait a minute, I can't believe you don't know the Fresh song. I did listen to it all the way. It's not a bad song. I kind of have vague memories of it, but it didn't, like, pop in my head.
Maybe you heard it the first day you heard it when your dad told you were fat at the dinner table and you
Maybe.
had bad memories
Yeah,
from it.
enjoy that.
You blocked it out.
Maybe. He
Maybe.
told me to push away from the dinner table.
Yeah, we all have those things.
So let's talk about some more. Anyway, Michael is seeing mommy.
He's staying with his mom. He tells her, that Angela's coming to get married, and she's just like, well, with the help of Jesus, it all
I know.
goes
I was
well.
like, we're going to need more than Jesus,
You're gonna
honey,
need more than Jesus
to make this, especially for Angela to get pregnant. So he goes to see his Aunt Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who follow Handmaid's Tale, there's an Aunt Lydia in that too. She's not as nice as this one.
Is that the one who is
That's Ann Dowd.
Oh.
Who's like Aunt Lydia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who's like, all of you will bear children. Although she does kind of, this Aunt Lydia does espouse some of the Aunt Lydia from Handmaid's Tale by saying you need to have another wife so you can procreate.
Yeah.
So she kind of is like Aunt Lydia in a way.
She is. Yeah, because the whole thing when she says, well, we're going to get to, but what she says at the end of the conversation, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not happening.
Well, and you guys, and I looked this up. I did a little research. I know. I'll pause for you to faint onto your, like, shays. Plural marriage and polygamy is very common in Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a very common thing, especially
but
if
a man to get wives. If a woman got another husband, she'd be stoned. I don't think
they've done that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come at us, Nigerian sissies. Is it equal opportunity? Can women do that?
No.
I have a feeling no.
No.
I'm all about
but it is very common.
If everybody can do what they want.
In the last 10 to 15 years, there have been fewer. But it used to be something that was very, very common. And it's a traditional thing.
Get married and marry a bunch of people and just fuck a bunch of people if you want. Be open.
We're not saying anything about it. We are saying Angela ain't gonna have none of it.
None of it.
No.
That's what I think is hilarious. Is at the end, I'll just talk about when Aunt Lydia says at the end of the conversation, "Well, Angela will try her best, and I'm sure she will come around." And I'm like, "No, she will not."
And he's just like, "Well, maybe." Angela will let you have another baby with a woman, and you will raise it as your own.
You will get used to it. No, she's not going to get used to that. There are two things that Angela doesn't get used to.
Yeah.
Michael having another wife and those cheap Oreos called Hydrox. She doesn't want those fucking cookies.
Or like a Walmart brand of that.
She wants real Oreos, bitches.
Yeah.
And you know what?
There is a difference.
So do I.
There is a difference.
They're vegan, so everybody can have them.
Should we talk about Angela now? Why not?
Yeah, let's do.
Even though we have to skip around a little bit.
Y'all, Angela's going tuck shopping.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, this tuck shop is like one of those clubs that Stefan. This tuck shop has everything.
This is everything. It's everything. And it's funny you said
mirrored
Stefan,
shoes.
Because I'm like, this is where Stefan Urkel went and got all his suits. It's kind of like Lady Love from Ari from Lady Love on Hollywood Boulevard.
Y'all, we found everything at Lady Love.
Y'all, they have these shops. If you come to L.A. when the world's not burning.
On Hollywood Boulevard, usually.
On Hollywood Boulevard, go to these shops. There's like the drag queen shoes shop. There's the suit shop.
Yeah.
There's the wig shop. We frequented two of those shops. Guess which two? Not the suit one.
No.
But
they had good shoes for big girls.
And then good wigs. But they always have characters that are in there, like that man. Boy,
Ari.
I want to know his story. That guy at the suit place. What was that man's
She's like,
name?
God bless you. Y'all, Angela, the kind of person who always says God bless you wherever she is.
Yeah, wherever she is. He says, God bless you. She's picking out a tux. She finally picks out a well-understated tux because I wore African or Nigerian. And if I'm going to get married in America, Michael's wearing American.
So
with really gay...
Yeah,
Judy
I was going to say it was very,
shoes.
very, very gay shoes. So, y'all, we meet JoJo, her friend, and they call each other Sissy like we do.
We have a friend. We call her Sissy, y'all.
That's a very Southern thing, you guys.
We call my cousin
You call
Sissy.
your sister or your really close female friend, you call them a sissy.
Their close female friend, it's like on Sorted Lives.
Yeah.
She was called Sissy.
Usually a younger person sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So even JoJo, you guys, thinks that she's moving too fast. I think it's funny that I'm having to refer seriously to a woman named JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
They had a JoJo as a bachelor, I believe. Or a bachelorette.
Well, I mean, obviously it's well, they do that. Hey, Chip. Hey, JoJo, the Magnolia people on Fixer Upper.
Yeah. I've never watched that show.
I like it.
Aren't they the one who got in trouble for their anti-gay church?
I don't know if they're
Wait,
anti-gay.
do you
but their
support
church-
them still?
No, I mean, I still watch. Well, they don't have any shows anymore. They're coming to the Magnolia Network.
Oh.
However, though, they have not come out against gay people, the two of them. Their church has, and I know they give money to their church.
There you go.
So, like, I won't buy their
Canceled.
I won't buy Magnolia stuff at Target. But if they had a show on TV, I'd probably watch it because I don't.
Wow.
I don't feel like I'm giving
You're
them my money.
self-hating.
Wow.
Who knew?
She makes pretty kitchens, y'all.
Boy, what you could allow, what you can look
Oh,
past.
yes. I think they're good people.
Well,
But I still love Hometown's my favorite with Aaron and Ben. I love them. They're great. And they love her best friend's gay.
I'm not a home reno gay.
They're Methodist, so Methodist loves gays. I
don't
love
know.
a home
no,
reno
they
show.
don't. There was a big disjunction between the Methodist and the Methodist Church.
But a lot of that disjunction happened because a lot of Methodists in like the last 20 to 30 years have been evangelized
That is
in
true.
the world, and they're conservative.
I
but
agree.
American Methodists love gay people.
That's
the
a
most
blanket
part.
statement.
For the most By the way, you were Methodist.
I was raised Methodist.
I wasn't.
So,
But would your church like gay people?
yes.
They need
I
an
don't
organist.
know. The phrase "like" is pretty strong.
It's true.
Maybe tolerate, but just don't talk a
Will
lot.
they have like female ministers and things like that?
Because
I think
some of them,
across the out
No.
of the country
Oh, yeah.
are no to that.
yeah. Female, it happens. There, you have to be at a liberal congregation.
Yeah. Well, look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
I was raised Catholic. We don't allow shit.
Yeah.
Women are women. What women?
It's hard to be a woman in
Well,
the Catholic Church.
Yep. that's
So anyway, so she's getting his shoes. Y'all, Michael's a 15 wide, if anybody wanted to know.
true. Okay. I put that in bold. Y'all.
Good chunk.
We knew it was big because Angela is a dick pig. Y'all.
It's big.
And it's girthy.
Yeah, it's big.
It's like a log ride at Disneyland.
And it's got- and
you're
it's
going to
got
ride
a-
it a long time, and you're going to get wet at
It's
the
got
end.
a curve like Gonzo's nose.
Yes, yes. Waka waka. Yeah, for sure. Woo! We gonna ride that dick, gonna take the Nigerian dick up my good and gonna ride it.
Okay.
That's Angela's song she sings.
So anyway, Angela's with her grandkids. There's a lot of them. Or were their grandkids friends?
It's
too?
like they're gremlins and they multiplied.
Well, also,
since we last saw them.
Is she running like a day school?
No, those are all of her grandkids. Some of them are because Scotty's in jail.
Some of them are Scotty's,
She has all
some of them are
Scotty's
Skyla's.
kids, and then Skyla's kids. I think
There's 6 of them.
I think if it helps to, I think the white kids maybe are Scotty's, and the mixed race kids are Skyla's, I believe.
Okay. I just didn't know there were that many.
There's a lot of grandkids. They're horny hillbillies, as Dolly Parton says. They're just fucking.
I mean, there were 6 of them in house.
Are we not surprised that Angela only has 2 kids?
It is shocking.
It's shocking,
Yeah.
right? I can't believe she had a son.
So, London.
I have a cousin named London.
I know.
My cousin that
We've heard this before.
My cousin that we call Sissy has a daughter named London. And you know what? And
Riveting.
And that London's really fucking smart. And this London's smart too because she's kind of right, y'all. Because when you get married, you need a flower girl.
She's like,
and you need cake.
She even said, but that's not right. You can't get married without us. And you could see Angela kind of tear up. It's hard for me to watch, Angela. It's so hard for me to watch.
Especially kids because they see all just the romanticism of weddings. And honestly, out of all of her family, probably her grandkids are the only ones excited about this wedding.
Daughters aren't. Well,
and her
Scotty's
mom's
in
not
jail.
Really. And, well, not anymore, apparently, but she was. Yeah.
Okay.
But Angela is clearly wanting someone to agree with her.
Oh. So, you guys, she changes into the dress. What do you think about the dress?
I thought the black bra underneath it and the headband were great.
It's very Angela, you guys.
It's a fine dress.
Yeah.
It's fine.
She's got a big crown. She also shows the crown she's going to put on Michael.
Please tell me that was a joke.
I don't think it
is. Is she really going to wear that fucking plastic Burger King crown on her head with a veil?
I would completely... I would be so shocked if she did not wear it.
I mean, Michael's crown literally looks like a Burger King crown. She got that at fucking Party City.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that matters to her. It's the idea of it.
You're right.
Yeah. Because she, in some way, she really does believe that he's the king and she's the queen. They're like, it's kind of like Big Ed and Rose in a really fucked up way. That idea of king and queen that we kind of saw when we started to see with Beyonce and Jay-Z, that kind of, that people would refer to them as that.
There's a thing, and I've just noticed this, that I feel like happens a lot. Come at me if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm an idiot. I'm just a white person talking, but I mean it's inaccurate. I do feel like I have a lot of black friends that call each other, like in relationships, king and queen. I don't know if that's something.
I don't know,
because we didn't really. I've never had that in a relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I could not.
I've been called needy. I've been called
fat.
That one hurt. I've been called
moon-faced.
That was one time. Yeah. What have you been called in relationships, Poodle? I'm just bitch. There we go. Anyway, y'all, let us know.
Yeah, let us. I don't know either. I've
I don't
heard
love
that.
it, to be honest. Because when I think of king and queen, I think of a king over a queen, and no. Mm-mm.
It also implies that you're going to rule over a certain amount of people.
I don't
know. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
It's not for me.
Yeah. So you guys... so the mom is like, her mom is like, if that's what you want, go ahead and do it.
Because her friend JoJo's going to go with her tonight.
Yeah, she's the witness, y'all. That's the big news.
Who'll be a witness
for my Lord? Who'll be a witness for my Lord? You have to say it like that.
Who'll be a witness for my Lord?
Oh, I'll be a witness for my Lord.
Sorry, we sang way too many spirituals as white people.
Oh, be a witness for my Lord.
Did you do it in dialect as well?
We did. I think
it was not
my
appropriate.
Teacher told us to loosen up that and don't do it completely in dialect. Because I don't think that who will be a witness for my Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all. So JoJo's going to go with her because she wants, even if she didn't agree, wants to be happy. But yeah, she's talking to her mom, and this kind of broke my heart in that, y'all, I get it's important if you have a good relationship with your parents. I have a good relationship with my parents. Poodle does too. But there is this, like, it broke my heart because that part of Angela, and a lot of us, we never let go of this, of we just want our parents to accept us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, with Angela, I'm like, honey, you know that she likes Michael, but she's told you she does. She said earlier on the show that she didn't think it was the best idea.
Yeah.
And Angela she needs that validation for her mother. And I thought, that's great, but if you could let go of that, that's a freeing thing.
Here's my hot take about Angela. Angela kind of has always kind of quasi fit in her community. She'd never totally belonged.
She was always on the fringe.
Always kind of like accepted by some people, and they always say, that crazy Angela.
Much. She's too much for
she's
other
too
people.
much.
Yep.
And she never really fit in. That was me. In my,
Same.
And so I get it.
I think that's why we relate to her.
Yeah, and that's why I completely get it why she had to fucking go to Nigeria to find a husband, you guys, because there's no other person who can handle her in this town, and she's not leaving.
And when you're on that
she's going to live and die in Hazelhurst.
We were lucky, I think, in that we were gay and that we had to let go of the idea of our parents, of seeking our parents' validation.
Yeah.
Because, y'all, I'm telling you, from a personal perspective, when you let go of that and you really do what you want to do, whether your parents like it or not, it's a freeing thing.
Yeah, you become kind of completely unburdened. Like someone takes a bunch of football pads off of you.
Yes, that's a good analogy. And then they just...
Why did I just talk sports again?
Take the football pads off of you, and then they say, hey, I didn't know that you were in this locker room by yourself. Well, I didn't either, Billy Joe, but I'm here. And what do you want to do? Billy Joe. I thought we were playing football.
Can I help you off with your jock?
Not a baseball. Is that a bat in your pocket? Oh, Billy Joe.
I like how this turned serious, then about locker room sex is normal. Always. So, y'all, we're at the gyno.
Good transition.
And Dr. Carmela Pettigrew.
Okay.
This is a name.
I noticed that too.
This
Carmela,
is a name.
With the name, her hair,
everything.
It's always, so why is this?
Right out of Central Casting,
this
y'all.
Is what why is
Dr. Carmela Pettigrew.
Why is she in fucking Hazelhurst, Georgia? They had to have driven to Atlanta or something.
Yeah, she's there because she's working up to something. You take critical need, like OBGYN, to go somewhere. And maybe she just feels like she needs to be there.
She also might be because, especially, my sister-in-law, when she's been a nurse, she's talked a lot about, because she does public health. And a lot of these rural communities that, especially in the South, that's what I said. What'd I say?
Rural.
Oh, that's the way we say.
Rural.
We say rural.
I know. Rural.
Rural. That sounds weird. That sounds like a fake word to me.
Rural.
It's like when people say pie, or we say pie.
Rural.
Rural.
Okay.
Rural. That sounds like a dog barking. Rural.
How would you say the mountain range in Europe, spelled URAL?
URAL. Ural?
Ural. No? Okay. Fine.
Rural.
There we go.
It's like how some people where I'm from say Houston instead of Houston.
I don't care. Just
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. You were talking about something with your sister-in-law.
Oh, I
just was waiting for you to get to the point.
A lot of women are, especially because of funding or because women's health has been politicized when it should be. A lot of these centers are closed. So maybe a lot of women
go to those critical need areas.
Doctors are starting to go to the area to help women.
I agree.
I hope so, because Angela, she's a complex case.
So she's having her, I believe it's a biopsy of her cervix because they're not sure if it's cancerous or not.
God, that sounds painful.
And so they have to take a piece off. And so Angela, maybe not be the best with pain. She screams like a banshee when they put it in.
I see the poor people in the waiting room.
I know.
I know. Dr. Carmela Pettigrew handled it like a champ.
She did. So we're going to give you a little nitrous, a little laughing gas.
She says, we usually don't give this. And then she kind of paused to anyone. But we're going to give it to her. What are
Unless
you looking
it's in
for?
a normal
Your dildo?
procedure.
You're looking around like you lost something.
I'm looking for my ginger ale because I felt nauseous, you bitch. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm a trooper. I'm doing this even though I feel sick. Those hot dogs got me. Y'all, this is 40. You can't eat thick foods like hot dogs anymore. You can't
do what you did to. Remember, you would have gotten a hot dog and you would have crushed up some Doritos and probably put it on it and melted some cheese on top of it.
Now I'm hungry. Anyway, so she screams, "Get it out! Get it out!"
Which is something Poodle never says.
Nope.
Stick it in! More! Balls deep! Add your fist!
Oh, God. Anyway, so they give her nitrous, and the first thing she says is, "Why didn't we do this at the beginning?" And then she's like, "Is this okay?" She's like, "Are you feel more comfortable?" She's like, "Nope, you're pinching my coochie." We did wonder what she would call her vagina. Now we know it is coochie.
It is, because we thought it would be gooter.
The word is coochie. So now we know coochie is what Angela calls her vagina.
There we go.
Coochie. That's my new ASMR.
Crab cake.
Crab cake.
Coochie.
Crab cake.
What do you think Mary calls it? Let's not talk about her vagina.
I don't want to think about it.
I don't
I
either.
bet it is just sucked and plucked and tucked.
And heavenly. Heavenly and righteous. Her flower. Anyway, y'all. So we're going to get the results back in like a week.
And she's like, I'm going to be in Nigeria.
She's like, well, we can FaceTime you. So that's what's going to happen, y'all. She's going to FaceTime her. I think this is a good time for us to take a little break. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, we'll see y'all in a second.
Colty, Debbie.
We're back.
Ugh.
Debbie. Colt.
They're not Southern.
But doesn't she look it?
She looks Midwestern.
Actually, she looks Midwestern, yeah. She knows she looks like Ricky Darting's mother. Smoked her whole life.
I talked about this because I had an Instagram or a Twitter message or Twitter someone said, "What's wrong with Debbie's palate/tongue mouth?" And as a vocal coach, and I said, I think it's that her dentures don't fit. Or she had some bad dental work done, or maybe she's missing teeth. That's possible too.
Well, now that's something I never noticed before that I will.
I've noticed
listener.
I've noticed it. So I heard that's why her speech is a little altered. You hear her.
You know what I did, and we're going to talk about
But I think
them
she
later.
has smoked for a long time. That's why she has a little bit of dysphonia, where the voice kind of works sometimes and it doesn't. So it sounds like she smoked for like 30 or 40 years.
We're going to talk about this later, but I have to say, y'all, teaser. The difference that Elizabeth looks on the show and in the testimonials in this episode was remarkable.
I've talked about it.
I know, and I always am like, yeah, you're right. But this time I went, who's that?
No, I'm telling you.
It's like they have a
Elizabeth,
stand-in.
y'all, it is. They have
like a pretty twin.
They have like gorgeous spokesmodel Elizabeth, then regular Elizabeth.
Yep. Then
Whoever
regular.
is doing her makeup, she needs to hire them on a daily basis.
Daily.
I'm glad you're validating me.
I am. I meant to validate, yes.
We're not even talking about them, but that's
Anyway,
fine.
Let's talk about Colty.
You're right. Like I think she did all those confessionals.
Especially the one of them
though.
together. When they were both of them together. I was like, who is that?
She looks. Well, the weirdest thing is, it depends on what light she's in.
And the light. I was just about to say the light.
There's something about her face that, like, you can divide her face into like 6 angles, and she looks like a different person in each one.
There are people that are like that. Makeup or not, lighting's everything.
Yeah, and it's good when she does her hair, and when she does her hair like down.
Y'all, that's when you will. That's when you've known that we have made it and we are rich as fuck, because Poodle's going to have this little twink just following him with a light all the time. Like he's lit in Ralph's.
And someone to do my eyes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every morning they just come over and fix his face.
Someone I can just, and I look at, and I said, "Are you kidding me?" And I just like backhand him.
You'll be like RuPaul. Like I found out the reason RuPaul wore that mask for the All-Star.
Yeah,
for the
what
All-Star
was
finale.
that?
Because it was COVID and they wouldn't pay for a makeup artist to come. And Ru said, "Fuck you, I'm not doing my own face." So they wore a mask. My Pilates teacher told me, because he's in the know.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Because a lot of people thought it's because Ru got work done, and he might have, because he was wearing a scarf around his head. But no, they wouldn't do his makeup.
Amazing.
Because Raven does it all now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, got gay DD'd.
Anyway,
they're back in Vegas, y'all.
And he's like, I realized, and we when we were first watching this, we had kind of caught up a little bit of Colt and Larissa, and we went off on Larissa
because she's the
instigator.
But I'm trying to use
like
the analogy. She's the person making the most noise.
Yeah,
the person out front. There's an
she's
analogy
the distraction.
She's like a distraction.
But honestly, y'all, I was wrong. I change all of my thinking.
I don't change. I don't think Larissa's a good person.
No, I don't care.
Because
she's a queen.
Sissy messaged us. She has not 2, but she has.
I believe it.
3 kids. One of them like it.
I'm not saying. I'm saying, but compared to Colt, who is like all kinds of weird, manipulative.
Larissa is Harley Quinn, and Colt's the fucking Joker. Like he
okay, nerd alert. We're in a weird area. I'm not going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons with you. Let's move on. Or what kind of Batman avatar you want to fuck?
Nightwing.
There we go.
Nightwing has the best ass, y'all.
Okay, can we get back to 90 Day Fiancé and out of like crazy land?
Yeah, because you haven't wanted to fuck and read Vampire Slash when you jack off anyway.
Maybe.
So
you guys, he's like, it's just the creepiest way he says, I love all my kitties, regardless of who bought them. They are my family.
I'm telling you, it is like he wants to wear your skin.
And I think,
if somebody told me he was a murderer, I would believe it.
I think it is not to diagnose him because, we'll do that freely here. I think it's just a really bad personality disorder with a lot of narcissism.
I was going to say, I think it's mainly it's the presenting thing most is narcissism.
Yeah, and it's just like you can just tell he's just gaslights everybody.
Narcissism, that grandiosity, and the idea too that well, and we're going to talk about this later.
Has to, even in the confessionals, it's almost like he's having to explain to the poor cameraman and trying to producer his life.
We are always seeing the Colt wants to see us.
Yes, amen.
This is not the real Colt.
No,
I don't know if
I don't know if we know what the real Colt is.
We haven't seen Old 90 Day. I don't even know if we've even seen the real Colt.
I don't know if he knows what it is.
Rural.
Almost. We're going to work on those. I'll give you tongue exercisers to work out.
Okay, great.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so...
Rural.
Sure. Country.
Why are you chewing gum on the podcast?
I'm not chewing. It's just in my mouth.
I can't work like this.
It's just in my mouth.
Can you spit out your gum, please?
No, because my mouth's been dry, so it just keeps my mouth moist.
People complain about you chewing things.
No, they talk about... Actually, it's you.
That is not true.
You always have a cough drop in your mouth.
Well,
I'm not chewing.
Fine.
It's just there to keep it moist.
Don't say that word. So you guys, I said, Colt is totally the person who's like, my mother's my best friend, and all I can think of is a boy's best friend is his mother. From Psycho.
Which he kind of reminds you of.
Yes, there's something about it.
Y'all, I'm telling you, I think, was it both of us or one of us, when we did the crossover with A Date with Dateline, we said, one of us thought Colt and Larissa would end up on Dateline because Colt would kill somebody and wear their skin. I think,
too, it's his weird eyebrowography that's always like kind of like popping up that says, can you understand me and validate me? Can you understand where I'm coming from? I'm the victim here. Do you understand me?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's diagnosable as sociopath too, because what sociopaths do, they're martyrs. They're always a victim. And also, though, they're always playing the part of empathy because they actually don't know how to be empathetic. They can't.
I would think he'd be more successful with women if he was a sociopath.
But look at him. He's somewhat successful with women.
True.
But also, too, if you notice, he's attracted to women where English
who are
isn't
out of
their
his
first.
league.
No, English is not their first language.
That's true.
Therefore, they don't understand
always
the subtext.
Kind of bamboozle them.
They're taking him for his words, not for necessarily always. Yeah, he can always bamboozle them.
And he says sweet words.
We just read him.
As Larissa says, he tells you sweet words.
We're still going to talk shit about Larissa, and if any of you come for us and say that we don't talk about Colt, I'm going to remind you, I called him a murderer. Like, he's a piece of shit.
I just find it goes without saying that most of the men on this show are pieces of trash, y'all.
Yeah,
there are very few men we don't like, or very few men we like.
Andre's gross, but God,
I want to fuck him.
Oh God. Oh,
I think you know what? Ooh. I wouldn't say I wouldn't use the word gross for him.
In my head,
I would not use the word gross for Andre. I would say he is a misogynistic asshole. Because I will say he does love his kid, and I think he does love Elizabeth.
I think he does too. I think he has a. Colt does not have a heart. I think Andre does.
Andre.
Anyway, y'all. So he tells
his
mom that he's dating a Brazilian girl.
Yeah.
Mama Debbie's not happy.
No. And she even says, she has 6 months left on her visa, so what's her plan? So she's basically saying, son, you see how this is going to work?
Yeah.
Even so, I think Mama Debbie knows her son is no prize.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she even says, look, she said, it's not, I don't have a, she says, I don't have a, I'm not going to judge somebody just because they're Brazilian. There's a lot of good, in fact, I think people aren't, a minority of people are like Larissa, but that's where she kind of goes into just like the facts of like, look at the signs, son.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. Maybe you should think about why she's interested in you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that she's not from this country.
Yeah.
And why can't you get someone from this country?
So they are, after that, because she knows her son's a fuck up. And Colt is practicing his Portuguese, which not very well, which he didn't do for Larissa. Remember that? So he calls baby Egghead.
He also tells his mother that he's going to Brazil.
Yeah.
And that's where we find out Mama Debbie's coming too.
No, we don't know that yet until
later. Yeah, sorry.
So, and then the creepiest, you guys, if you have a boyfriend who does this, if you're out of town, going out tonight, ... with friends, who
tonight,
everything he says is a microaggression.
It is. Yeah,
and
totally
so ladies, start to realize this if you're with someone who does this. Every question they ask when you're doing something without them is a microaggression. Like, with who? Oh, do I know them?
Because if Debbie's a wolf, Colt's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Because
more like just a lame dog in sheep's clothing. I respect Debbie more than I respect Colt.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like her too. We haven't seen this side of her yet, so y'all, we don't know.
So you guys just know that if someone's on the phone with you, like your boyfriend or your husband is asking you 1,000 questions about where you're going out with your friends, your girlfriends, and are giving you, even though you haven't even been together that long, giving you the third degree, and then, well, obviously she's kind of being okay with it. She's like, I need some money for sex clothes, which really is sexy clothes.
Yeah,
not sex clothes.
Not what Poodle buys for Piano Cat 77.
Not harnesses.
Not harnesses.
Or Nasty Pig
underwear, or
if you can call them underwear, they barely cover anything.
Or a T-shirt that just says "Been there."
You again?
You would wear a shirt in your 20s with a shirt that
been
just
there.
Says, been there.
Mm-hmm.
You really went through an ironic T-shirt saying.
Oh,
babe.
I went through. I still love ironic T-shirts. So you guys, she tells Colt that my dad needs to like you, and we do find out Mama Debbie is going to.
That's
Brazil.
where we find out. Yeah,
of course she is, y'all, because it's going to be a fucking shit show.
Well, she said, I didn't meet Larissa and her family.
Right.
I'm not making that mistake again.
I think it's fair.
I
honestly.
think so too.
So anyway, she said the dad has to approve. My dad's more important than you. And he's like, oh, okay.
Which, if you're like a narcissist, that's not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
If you notice, he bristled at that.
Oh yeah. Even though I don't think they've been together that long. They're using the L word though.
What
they're
is the
using
fucking timeline on this? This is so quick. Like at first, I thought they kind of liked each other, and that's totally become transactional.
That's why I feel like this story is made up.
You think?
Yeah.
It does a little
like
bit.
it's
I
made
thought
up.
a little bit whenever Larissa's now calling her.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah.
So you guys, they're having dinner next. Colty and Debbie are having dinner with his friend Vanessa,
who they're thanking her because she's going to watch the cats while they're gone.
Yeah. So they're going to have steak.
And her and Colt have fucked, but once.
Yeah, no, it has to be said in this way. They're like, so you guys are best friends. He's like, I had sex with her. Smile. Just once.
It's so creepy.
It was like, I had sex with her. Ding. Just once. It was
so
weird.
creepy. He's creepy.
Ugh. Gross.
Debbie went all out. They made steaks and
boxed
scalloped potatoes, served it in the plastic bin. Didn't even put it in a platter.
Y'all, those are not good, by the way. Those are dehydrated potatoes with cheese sauce. And you can get by with them.
I don't know if I've had real scalloped potatoes in so long.
Oh, real scalloped potatoes is the best thing in the world. I will say it's not hard to make them. You just have to slice up the potatoes, put the cream in, put the cheese, or some don't even have cheese with them. But, like, they're not hard. But, like, those dehydrated potatoes, they never taste really good.
They're not.
Yeah.
I remember Fat Matt liked them when I was in 5th grade.
That's what I called you.
We're going to have scalloped potatoes.
Scalloped potatoes!
You had them last night, darling, but I'm hungry.
Shut up!
Exactly.
So anyway.
But this, what we get, so yes, he and Vanessa are just friends. They're talking about Jess, and we find out a couple of things. We find out that he gave money to Jess to buy her flight back to Brazil.
And he gave her $1,000, which we find out later on.
He's been giving her $1,000. And it's interesting, people in our Sissy Squad, our Facebook group, have been asking, why would Colt give her money? And I think the reason is because he wants to buy her and own her.
Yeah.
Because he's a piece of shit.
It's a Big Ed thing.
It's a Big Ed, exactly.
Yeah. The more you give them money, you guys, the more you feel like they owe you.
And especially, it really did kind of click together with seeing, because I get it, he and Larissa had a bad falling out, but the way that he is still so vindictive about ruining Larissa.
Yeah, because she stood up for herself.
And getting her out of the country. You don't do that to a narcissist or a sociopath. They will be super vindictive. So between that, he just wants to own her like a toy and control her.
Yeah, it's gross.
Can we talk a little bit about, this was an important conversation at this table. I barely noticed it because there were so many random fucking placemats hanging off the goddamn table. This was not a set table,
Mother Debbie's house isn't.
Debbie!
They also
did you notice they had an episode of Anna Garten once?
Did you notice that they drank what looked to be flavored vodka out of champagne flutes?
This does not make sense.
No, it was a pretty much a debacle.
Mismatched tables that aren't in the, even if it's a simple dinner.
The steaks looked overcooked as well.
I mean, the whole presentation, y'all, I don't care. If you're at home with
it was
your
a dinner
family,
fail.
You can at least just make things look nice.
I agree.
Clean off your placemats for people not sitting there.
I don't know if Mother Debbie went to your Better Homes and Gardens school of entertaining.
Me crazy.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. That's all I've got about those two. Do you want to move on to Larissa?
Yes. Let's move on to Larissa.
So she's folding clothes, guys. She's seen Colty's pictures.
I love how she did a close up and zoomed in, pinched in on his calves with his socks.
It was weird.
His weird calves, and she checked out everything.
So y'all,
but this is where I thought it was a little made up.
Yeah, this was, which is even better for another episode of 90 Days Theater.
Y'all, we're you started high today.
I did. Anyway,
y'all, so we're going to see where Larissa is going to call Colty Gal.
I will be playing the part of Larissa.
Jess.
Here, I need to call Colty Gal. Colty's girlfriend. Okay, here's punching. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Answer! Aristides.
Hello.
Hello. Jessica? Jess? Why? Tell me why we not speak Portuguese, even though we speak same language here?
That would make perfect sense. Let's not do it.
Okay, I have producer in my ear telling me it's not as good.
Oh,
that
okay.
way.
Okay.
So, first thing, Jessica, You get close with Colty?
We have the sex.
Oh, okay.
Very.
I need to tell you, Colty is a demon.
What?
Fire! He is like a whale that everyone says is so cute. You know, as we have say in Portuguese, the expression "cute as whale."
I love
She's
whales.
the cutest, like a whale.
I love to pet them and kiss them and feed them.
He's not a good whale.
Oh.
He's a bad whale.
Oh.
He's what they call killer whale. Demon whale.
Oh. This is a lot of information.
I tell you one thing. Do he hide the funny from you?
Maybe.
He's womanizer. Welcome to the clubby. He's a geeky. He's a player. He's geek player.
But I love him. He's nice. He's sweet.
No, he demon. What's you met Mother Debbie?
She seems
Be careful.
nice in pictures.
She a wolf. Wolf.
Okay, this is intense.
Well, good luck with your love. Remember my... Oh, she hang up.
And scene.
That's pretty much it, y'all. I'm keeping working on my Larissa. I'm still working on it. I need to work on my Portuguese.
Yeah, it's a hard language to
It's
learn
not
and a hard
easy.
accent to do.
She's coming out of nowhere with it, too.
So this actually good. Look, y'all. Well, I will say, she is getting money and not sending it to her kids and buying plastic surgery. So judge her however you want. She's not necessarily, y'all. She's not going to be.
She's not winning any humanitarian awards.
Yeah, she's not going to be the spokesperson for AmFAR.
No,
but
that'd be funny. I am here to celebrate so many people who work with AIDS. How you say AIDS?
And then I could
AIDS.
AIDS. And then yes.
AIDS.
And she probably would say, the gay disease. And everybody would just go, fuck. Anyway, y'all, AIDS is not a gay disease. That is a joke. But anyway, I do have empathy for her because I do and I don't. It's like, Colt has ruined her life, but she's doing this because she says, I want to help her woman to woman.
No, she doesn't.
And I want to get back at Colt.
She wants to get back at him.
Which I'm like, that's not the reason to do this.
This would have... this is not how... If you wanted to do anything, you would have written her an email in Portuguese.
Y'all? Yes.
And said, this is how... These are the signs. Call me if you want to talk.
We're going to... Y'all, if you're not following us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter because you can do Twitter polls there. Because I want to do a poll of if your horrible ex dated another woman that was a stranger to you, would you call her and warn her? Or would you just...
Yeah.
Well... part of me wants to be like, that I understand, but that's also like, that's attachment to that.
Exactly.
Like,
and it drags you back into that.
Yes.
And you guys, here's the thing. If you have a friend who's or they're in this position and you can't tell this friend anything when they're in their own thing.
No.
You can talk and talk and talk until they know it for themselves.
Because you could not have told anything to Larissa.
No.
You could not have.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, and then shit really gets real.
Good luck with your love.
Good luck with it. Click. Hannah picks her up because they're going to court, y'all. And then shit got real.
Because, you guys, this is still one of my favorite Larissa-isms that's ever been said. Colty cancelled my affidavit. This is close to crab cake, y'all, for me. He cancelled my affidavit. So he canceled her affidavit to stay in.
Yes.
He cancelled my affidavit.
So we don't know. She could be going to court today and get arrested.
Yep. She does say something kind of heartbreaking to her friend. You guys don't know how blessed you are to be able to be American and not have to go through these immigration laws.
I saw especially what's going on, I saw yet a report in the news, and it made me teary just watching it, because there were people that were driving up, becoming citizens. They're doing that now because with COVID. And these people go through so much to become U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
Anyway.
No idea.
That's all I've got about those
at
two.
90 Day Gays. We're going to take a poll on that one, y'all. A little Twitter poll.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the man who pissed off every female viewer of this show, including us.
I thought, I'm like, and you made an enemy out of every man who respects women, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to have this is Asuelu. He's going to have a hard time coming out of that.
You know what I really want? I need the guys from Queer Eye to go see Kalani, because I want her to get a haircut and I want her to build her self-confidence up.
Yeah.
She needs all that.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's not good.
And a bra that fits.
She does I know she's breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're out there.
Yeah.
But again, y'all, they're going on this trip for Oliver's second birthday to California.
No, before that, you guys, they show us a behind the scenes of why they decided not to go to Samoa.
Yes.
And basically, because the father's like, why are you going with measles there? I don't think you should go. And then they're making some kind of cookies or something. It's getting all over everyone's hands, and it bothered me. So I really couldn't watch it.
Doesn't remember what they said. But the long
I don't
story
like
short,
things being on people's hands.
Asuelu, Kalani's right.
He goes,
you can't have a conversation with him.
He says, "You guys won and I lost.
I'm not the man."
Yeah,
he's a
man child.
He's
a man
child.
baby.
And is it? I don't. He tries to come off that it's a language thing. Is it? I don't think it's a language thing. I think it's what we said before. Is that? And you know what? Actually, I don't want to make an excuse that because he
says it is. I don't know.
I think language is an excuse, and also I think that what we've talked about before, that y'all, imagine that most of us, we fill up our brain with gas and it runs on like a 60 horsepower motor. Y'all, Asuelu has a rickety bicycle in there with a couple of broken wheels. Like something's not firing right. But it's not even that. It's that we see in here, he really is a misogynistic asshole.
Yeah. I think too, he's
his
maturity level is like a 13-year-old boy.
Oh.
And something happened, something stopped. And so I don't know what it is, but it's very upsetting. I'll be honest, this was hard to watch. This was hard to watch for me.
It was hard to watch because
I feel so sorry for her.
This is not, if this is fake, then he's the Meryl Streep of reality TV. But I think this is real.
Yeah. Sometimes she seems a little short to me, but boy,
you understand why.
I completely understand from what you guys.
She is literally in the back seat with one hand and a tit feeding her baby,
the baby, and then trying to
calm the other kid, and he's over there telling her that's woman's work and it's easy.
He's like, why is crying so much louder in the front seat?
I yelled at my TV.
Yeah, it's
fuck off.
Very awful.
To him.
Anyway, he's pouting, and he says he's trying to when he's in the back, he's like, this is all so easy. I use my power and magic. And I guess in Samoa, this was cute. And she even said later on, when I met him in Samoa, I thought, this is the boy I'm taking from Samoa. He's like an island boy, and he'll be different in America. And that was a problem.
I wanted to speak to that. And so many, and I think women do this more than men, just because women get conditioned to give people more of a chance in our country. Women think that guys are going to change.
Yeah.
And honeys, if you are listening, and I'm sorry if you're stuck quarantined with a man right now or whatever and you can't get out, but he's not going to change. He's not going to change unless something big happens, but they very rarely change.
True.
What's wrong with your paper?
I don't know. My paper's very rough on this side.
Why?
I couldn't even. I just said true because I didn't hear what you said.
You really are an HSP.
I
like
know.
you just.
My paper's so rough on the other side. I was like, what is that?
Thing is, it's going to take a lot to make him change, and he's not going to change.
No. So the one thing I saw on the way, did you see when he said your job is easy? Then even her mom got interested. Okay, she's like, can you be quiet? And then he just said, lying bitch. It was so chilling, you guys.
What is chilling under this? It's what he says, I don't express my I think
Can you imagine what he's expressing?
The anger
Ooh,
underneath.
It's seething, y'all.
It's seething.
Yeah,
and again,
really gross.
I physically was like, is he going to go crazy on her and beat the shit out of her or even their children? Because he seems so not emotionally attached to their children.
Yeah.
Very detached from them.
Yeah, kind of. I can't speak to that. I
think from what we see on the show, though, we never see him holding them. We never see him nurturing the children.
I don't think he thinks that's his job. As it's in a very patriarchal
so detached.
way. Yeah, I don't think that's cultural.
And then he went down to kids
Samoa
just
culture.
Your voice is annoying.
Yeah,
she's
all
my
of it was
wife
awful.
and I can talk to anyone. And the mom is just like, you would not be doing this if father was here.
I feel like too. I feel like Kalani has just probably been hearing this ever since she's been with him. And she thought that living in America would change these patriarchal ideas.
My dad will be a good influence for him. He'll see.
And honestly, y'all, this is the biggest of red flags.
Yeah.
When someone keeps saying this to you, it's not going to get better.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Ronald.
Yeah.
Ronald and Tiffany. Ronald is not going to get better.
Well.
And that's not it's again... where we say for Asuelu, well, maybe he's not super intelligent. Maybe he doesn't know the language.
I think
Those are
Ronald
excuses.
wants to change.
But Ronald's addiction, I think, is the excuse underneath of who he is.
Yeah.
Is a loser.
I think their fundamental problem here is they don't speak the same communication language at all.
Not language, but the communicate. Yeah,
they don't know how to communicate with one another.
No, they don't.
And I think she's trying. I think he just refuses to speak on her level.
I don't even think a couples therapist could help them because I don't think he could.
Yeah,
I don't think he could do that.
And there's weird things with him eating an unripe orange, and it was weird and hard to watch.
And he didn't like it. You could tell he was eating it almost out of spite.
Yeah. So then he just decides he's kind of stews a little bit, and he just gets his shit and goes.
Socks and sandals.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's the worst crime in all of this.
You know how I feel about that.
I hate socks.
Crime
and sandals,
against humanity.
y'all.
So he just gets on a bus, y'all, and goes to supposedly
Leaves the mic
Utah.
with the producers.
Yeah.
And you know what I wrote? I wrote, honey, leave his ass and raise your kids, and you'll have an easier life.
I agree.
She will have an easier life without him in it.
She's got a whole family around him.
She'll have one less kid.
That's true.
Because she has 3 now.
Yeah. We're not fans of him, you guys.
He's not making that much money at Dixie Nutrition.
We don't think it's cute. We don't think, and they say he's funny on Pillow Talk, but I find him to be a ticking time bomb, and I don't want him to be around my kids.
I do not like this at all.
Yeah. Gross. The less said about him, the better, y'all. Anyway.
Gross.
I'm so worried we're going to hear something about DV with them.
Yeah.
I just...
Raising babies is so hard, too. And to have somebody who's just not on the same page, but not even in the same library.
Yep. Although I feel like if he ever touched her, she would completely haul off and just pop him in the jaw again.
I don't think she would need her dad. I think she would take... Yeah. I really like Kalani. I like her.
Yeah, I think she's had to become so tough. There's a little bit of a kind of an acidic edge that I know pushes his buttons too, but I think that's just her defense mechanism.
Babies are hard. By the way, y'all, send some love out to our Facebook moderator, Jackie. She's having her baby on Wednesday.
It's gonna come.
Her baby, which I don't know if we can say the name
We can't say the name.
We can't, but she's having a little girl.
Yes.
Her name is...
Ernestine. I gave it up. Sorry.
Oh, there it is. Shocker.
Sorry, Jackie.
Anyway.
Y'all send some little love for little Ernestine.
Little Ernestine. So, I actually like that name. Anyway, send
Feminine
love to
derivative
Jackie.
of Ernest.
And if you're in the Facebook group, don't do any shit because we still got Chris and Andrea. They'll come for you.
Yeah, and they're already swamped. They can't handle any bullshit. So those of you who are just like trying to just be bitchy and just throwing little catty barbs, you better quit that shit out.
Actually, we really haven't had that much.
No.
Our group is very nice.
You better stop that shit.
But, yeah, Chris just found out her college kid has to stay home. That means she's got kids at home. Probably when she was going to do freaky deaky stuff with her husband. That got canceled.
Let's move on to you want some water, Craney? Craney, we drink water out of the tap water here.
I don't drink tap water.
You don't drink tap water because you had Brazilian water, like that slimy stuff that came out of the pop. You know, I saved you from all that. I'm your savior. You should call me. I'm your savior.
This American savior shit came out in this episode, didn't
like,
it?
It has good chemicals for teeth, Craney friend.
Yeah. Here
Good
we take
chemicals
care
for
of
the
our teeth here in America.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Anyway, so Paul, they're at the Paul and Karine, you guys, and Pierre, the cutest baby in all. It's boy, what an injustice. That this is the cutest baby.
This baby is gorgeous.
I mean, this baby is the gold medal winner for all 90-day babies. I mean, let's be honest. Eleanor, kind of down there. Who we saw on
fine.
this. She's fine.
She kind of has that unibrow thing.
Yeah.
That, she'll be pretty when
and
she
we
gets
know
older.
how I feel about Shy.
Although
so
I've
the
seen
less
pictures,
said, the better.
That baby's getting cuter.
No, you're wrong. Recent pictures belie that.
I think he's cute.
No. Cute like a 90-year-old man baby.
Yeah, actually. I like babies who look like old men.
Give me Gerber babies any day. Pierre's a Gerber baby, y'all.
I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah. Who are some other babies? Who are some other 90-day babies? Who fucking cares? At the end of the day, really.
At the end of the day, really.
So you guys, so they are they're going to go get their car. Turns out Paul has a car, you guys, and
it's going to be great. It's a car in America. It's America. It's going to be wonderful.
It's what Adam Sandler called piece of shit car. You got the piece of shit car, fucking coat hanger. Y'all, this is what we call a beater. He has a beater.
Piece of shit.
There's the back. He's like, it's a little dent. It's a little dented, friend. It's just smashed in.
Karina's like, I'm not surprised the car is a mess.
I'm surprised his mother didn't clean it out. I want to say one thing about Mother Pole, too. The shade of it all. By the way, Karini's getting a lot shadier, and I'm enjoying it.
Because she knows English now. It's great. Like, I love it when she says things
she
like...
She was always shady.
Or when she says things to him like, I hate you.
My favorite is, I hate you this. Which is what she said at the very end. I hate you this.
Y'all, this car is a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit. My favorite, you guys, is that his mother gave him the keys, but took off the house keys.
Because she knew Paul would come in.
So they won't let their fucking son in their house.
They won't.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. So Paul's not allowed to go in and like get his. I got at least 3 or 4 Under Armour shirts in there, and I got some matches, and I need I got my Best Buy card, and I got my card for Kroger's, and I got all my discount cards.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is Karine, this is what I realized watching this. I went, oh, fuck. Karine thought she was going to have family support because even though back in Brazil, they have the support and help of her family.
Yep. And
she's had the help of her mother. And now you brought her to the United States where she's doing all of this on her fucking own.
Yeah, it's...
Because, you know, she doesn't trust Paul to babysit the kid.
No. So there's just shit everywhere else in the back of the car. And I don't know if you had heard this, but the car just spoke a little bit and said, hey, friend, it's been a while. But friend. Friend, could you please clean the leftover French fries out of me?
Y'all, he's been in Brazil for like 4 months.
Y'all, he threw out a white styrofoam container of fries that was probably 4 months old. There was shit all over that car like he'd been living in it.
All over it. Well, no.
Disgusting.
Did
you just scream?
No, he said at one point, he's like, this car has been a good car for me. I've driven this car. I've worked in this car.
Lived in it.
I've stayed in it a few times. What a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a loser.
He is the biggest. Is he the biggest loser of 90 Day Fiancé? Oops, sorry.
Here we go.
Hiccup. Had a hiccup, y'all.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell with these guys.
He's pretty up there. I think
Jesse's a loser too in his own way.
I think Paul may be the biggest loser. Ricky was pretty bad. Ricky was a loser.
Paul is that Paul does love Karine.
He does.
And I think
in a really fucked up way.
And that's the deal. He's trying to be a good father. Like, he's thinking, Paul thinks it's always going to work out. Like, he thinks he can do it.
Yeah, he's a loser, though.
Where, like, Ricky just wants to, God, why'd you bring him up?
Yeah, he's awful.
He just, yeah,
we should
if anybody
consign
thinks
him.
we talk not bad about guys, listen to the season where we talk about Ricky. Oh, God.
We have got some comments that we only come for the women, you guys.
Which we try not to. We're equal opportunity.
I think
Ricky.
We don't.
Oh,
we don't often come for the guys we want to fuck. That's something. Now we do come for Andre. I would gladly ride his face.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. His
he
face
was
is
so hot
gorgeous.
in this episode.
He was so hot in this episode.
Anyway, so let's get into that, you guys. Karine, she does say. Let's see if there's anything else. Near the end, she was complaining about the car, blah, blah, blah. This is not clean. This is blah, blah, blah. And he looks at her and says, you were in a wooden hut.
Oh, I wrote, what? In a fucking wooden hut.
Yeah.
He is like, I am so much better than you because I'm an
she misses
American.
her family.
You're from a shitty ass
shithole.
Like,
you're from a shithole country. You ever heard that before?
Yeah. Wonder. I have to say to Karine, the same thing. I actually think she would be better off just raising this baby on her own.
I don't think
Paul.
she'd be able to do it. I think
Although
she'd go back home.
She's got her issues too.
Yeah, she'd go back home. She'd never be able to raise the baby.
Apparently,
by herself.
she's bipolar. Some people say, and if that's true, that's like an illness that has to constantly be treated.
She looks like she's always woken up from a nap to me. I've never seen Karine not completely exhausted.
Yeah, agree.
That's even before she was pregnant, y'all.
Talk about somebody in the testimonials where they beat her face.
Boy.
She looks gorgeous in them.
I feel like Karine's testimonials, they've just been sitting there giving her like hot coffee and just feeding her because she's salty as a motherfucker, and I love it.
I love it too.
Anyway, that's all I've got about those two. It's probably not going to end well with this car, I have a feeling.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll hear from...
Yep. Somebody's going to fall through the floorboard, probably.
Next is Andre and Elizabeth.
Our last couple for the night.
This is weird. I have a hard time watching these two. I'm glad we did not see her family because that's when I have a harder time.
Her family's trash.
I'm going to posit something. I think what we are seeing with these two is they are playing for the camera.
I agree. I agree.
And I think he's happy to play the asshole. She's riling him up every chance she can.
Because, was it a sissy? Someone told us, like, inside tea that apparently he gets along well with her family.
Yeah, I think this is 100% fabricated.
Which he probably is fine. He doesn't care playing the asshole at all.
It's a role for him. He likes to play the arrogant kind of chauvinist. And she likes it because she gets to fight back.
Because she is a martyr and she does like to be.
It's totally like Lucy and Ricky. That they're playing out there.
But not funny and not talented.
But this is why I'm not saying I don't think he's an asshole. I think he probably is. I'm saying that they have ratcheted their behaviors, especially her. She's very transparent about it.
Yeah, because it's interesting. People always say, well, Andre is a piece of shit because he doesn't work. And I went, you're watching his job. That's
Exactly.
his job.
Yeah.
That's what he is making money because he
Yeah,
is doing this.
People complain about that. Now, I'm not going to fault anyone for not wanting to have a job, but
Working's not fun, but y'all, they're making good money from this. They're doing fucking cameos.
Yeah.
Someone of y'all sent us, he did a cameo in bed with her and his shirt was off. Oh.
But I feel like down deep, their relationship down deep is probably kind of boring. But both of them know how to be on camera. And both of them know, and this is. I just want you guys to think about this next time you watch their segments, because I've now kind of become okay with it. Because first it was hard for them to watch because I thought they were yelling at each other. Mm-hmm. I get it now. This is performing. I
think
really
you're
think
spot on.
So I took that away because I feel like they do like each other. She's obsessed with him.
I think
she's obsessed with his look. She loves this kind of big Moldovan guy who can kind of throw her around and she can kind of talk shit with. And he loves this kind of spicy girl who's going to give back what the girls in Moldova may have rolled over.
I still think he could cheat on her one day. You said no to that, but I think possibly. Not for a while. I'm talking like 10 years in.
He'd have to reconcile a lot of conservative beliefs he has. But maybe not. Maybe it's all talk. Who knows?
We'll see.
I don't know. He could cheat on her with me any day.
Oh, God bless. So because they do these funny things, which was funny, he is riling her about packing.
Yeah,
and then he tries to pack.
Yeah,
and it's a complete shit show.
And this is all scripted, you guys, but it's fun. Yeah. I wrote down. This is really interesting. I wrote down. This is all playful. This is fine. None of this.
It does seem not,
and all of this is
there's
this.
No gravity
she's like
to it.
Andre is just like sitting there and blah blah blah. It's like they watched earlier versions of 90 Day Fiancé and figured out how do we behave with each other.
Yeah, like
how
what's
do we
the formula
perform for the
show?
camera?
Yeah,
but here's the thing: they're good at it.
They're very good.
They're very good at doing this.
They were great on What Now?
Yeah,
or Quarantine,
and they do. And
he was shirtless.
They
all
also
time.
do pillow talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I feel like these two know exactly what they're doing. She's an actress, by the way. She's been in movies.
Oh, she has?
Yes.
Oh. That makes...
Even though he seems like a better actor to me than she does.
Or maybe not. Who knows?
I don't know. Just see her at any angle, y'all, and it looks like a different person. We'll say it over and over again.
I don't care anymore because they pack and find, and then when they leave in the morning, and y'all... There's just something people love about a pickup man. Andre driving that truck.
Oh, here we go.
Is so hot.
You have so many hang-ups from country boys you grew up with.
Come at me.
So many hang-ups.
Come at me if a guy driving a big truck, not a big jacked up one that means their penis is small, but just like a good old Silverado or F-150 that's just a normal truck.
So when you get a ride and then they gay bash you later?
Usually I drop out of the truck before that. Yeah.
Just making sure that happens.
You lay down that bench seat.
I remember that bench seat.
Oh, and you give him that bitch seat. That's what I give him.
I did write down, he is so hot.
Oh.
So anyway, they do land in Moldova, and the brother...
Although she is... Okay, I want to say she gets a little Karen. When the bag is...
Oh, yeah, she does.
50 pounds, 0.5.
This can't happen.
She's like, oh, my God, are you kidding me right now? That's
and
ridiculous.
He even says, okay, we're not going to melt down about this.
This is... No.
She does get a little... Y'all, I feel like Elizabeth is one of those people who...
She's a Karen.
Who at a restaurant would definitely send something back.
Oh.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So they arrive in Moldova.
They deserve each other. They really do.
They do.
People, I feel like Andre... And he knows this. Andre triggers a lot for some women who have dealt with men like him. And he is a trigger. I admit it, y'all, he's an asshole. He loves playing one, too. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're seeing the true version of Andre. I think we're seeing the hopped-up version.
I think he has a better heart than what we think.
Oh, totally. He loves that little girl.
You can tell he's a very good dad.
Yeah.
You can tell he's very active with her.
I agree. Anyway, you guys, so we
They land.
The brother and father pick them up, and it's really sweet because
it was really sweet.
The brother's never seen the baby. The father's like, "Oh, the little dolls come
He's
back."
Like, I'm very
they call
excited
her
and full of emotions.
Oh. And then Andre's like, I am so prideful to be in Moldova. She translates, "You're proud?" She's like, "Yes, I'm proud of my wife and my baby." Because this idea, you can see how traditional it is. And for her, she's like, "Oh, that's just you see so much of who she is, y'all. Both of them are so like they're born for this."
But I agree with you. I think they both really love each other.
I do. I think so. Yeah. Strange that they may be one of the most balanced couples.
I agree with that
on this season.
They y'all. I love their driving in town, and she's like, "Where are we now?" And he's like, "Oh, you were very, very drunk." Which, y'all, I have to say that's a poodle all the time. Poodle's like, "Where are we?" I'm like, "And this is your bedroom."
Yeah.
You were just very, very drunk.
That's why my underwear are here. So they
meet the mom.
He missed his mother, and there's this moment, you guys, where he's talking about his mom, and he's like, "Hello, mommy," and his voice breaks. He hadn't seen his mom in 2 years. He's such a fucking mama's boy, y'all. Anyway, so
and that mom sees that baby.
Oh, and
that
she
was
just
sweet.
She's like a magnet.
It was so sweet. And then 30 seconds later, she says, "The longing of the parents and their children is very great. And I miss them all the time." And then we start to see Mom starts putting on the guilt immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, they're sitting down at dinner. She's like, "Great, now we'll see you. We need to see you at
three
least
times a year.
3 times a year." Yeah, that's good. Oh.
Yeah, not a good mother-in-law to have. I think she's just needy. She's just getting out.
Well, I think she does guilt a little bit.
It's going to be a complete shit show when Elizabeth's garbage family comes and meets these people.
They're going to make me embarrassed to be
they're
from the
awful.
U.S. Because they're going to be really shitty
Americans.
The worst
part
I know
of Elizabeth's and Andre's story is her fucking garbage family. They're awful.
Yeah.
Those sisters are awful. Those husbands are awful. The father's awful. The mom, I don't even know. The mom, the mother did say something about Moldova being but Elizabeth is an American.
No,
Don't
I think the
forget
mother's
that.
going to be stupid.
Oh, they're awful. They're so awful. Anyway,
because here's the difference, which is ironic in that Angela does want Michael to wear a suit at her wedding. However, Angela looks at that as like, she said it in her kind of gruff way, but she was saying like, I wore a Nigerian out. I did all that for him. So this is what I want him to do for me. Because honestly, if you look at the way Angela conceptualized the way she wants her relationship to be, she really wants it to be very, very 50-50 and also very, let's celebrate your culture. I mean, she gets a little America sometimes, but not her family.
So then we're talking, you guys, and Libby is, they're talking about, he asks his brother to be the godparents. And in Eastern Europe and in Europe in general, I think more kind of all over the world, godparents are more important in other places, especially if you're Orthodox.
It's just a placeholder, I think, in the U.S.
Yeah, but like...
not for all.
Your godparents is a big source of advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just know, and like people stay in contact with their godparents. My godmother just died about 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think, and it might be too, I think maybe we're coming from a white American perspective.
Yeah.
Because I have friends that I have some friends that are from places in Mexico, but like born here.
Yeah.
And like godparents are a bigger deal to them. So maybe it's a cultural thing for us too.
Got it. Makes sense.
Come at us about your godparents.
So Libby... she's like, I'm a Baptist. Lord knows. So I wonder
Which
if
to
it's Southern
them-
Baptist or American Baptist.
And this, I'm not digging Baptist, but I'm saying to Orthodox people in Moldova,
They're like, what the fuck is that?
You could have just said Satanist.
Yeah.
They're like that because even the
So-
one said, so they're not Christian.
Well, and the thing is, Orthodox people believe no one else is basically
No one else, yeah.
It's a pretty stringent burn.
Yeah.
So
surprise, Elizabeth's got to get baptized in the Orthodox
and
Church.
she's like, no. Now
that's going to go well.
He did not tell her that this was probably going to happen. He probably didn't think twice about it because it wasn't even important to him. So he's like, yeah, you get to get baptized. They sprayed something over your face. It's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a lot worse sprayed over my
I know,
face.
right? He could spray me in the face anytime.
And you know what? Someone yelled, "Oh God," when they did that too.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Happened.
So when she goes off to put the baby away,
He warns
he's
his
like,
family.
and this is so accurate. It's like, know this: they are Americans who are very proud of that fact.
Yeah.
That is dead on what Libby's family is.
Which, y'all, we're not saying I am very proud to be an
But
American.
they're
when
very proud of the fact they are abroad.
But when I go to another country, I want to,
You want to be
embrace and be respectful
Yeah.
of that country's culture because you're
Yeah.
going to their country.
She's like they don't treat me very nicely. You'll see.
Which
We don't know how
he
much
doesn't
of that.
treat, at least from what we've seen in the show, call a spade a spade. He doesn't treat them very nicely either.
No.
He treats them like shit. At least
No.
what we see in the show. So
No.
that's why, like, we love Andre in that we love his ass, his abs, his perfect nose.
Yeah, he does have a perfect nose.
His dick's
chest.
fine, y'all. But what he can do with it. What
arms.
were we talking about again?
What was the
Something.
second part of
I
that?
don't remember. Anyway,
But
but
have a good evening, everybody.
that's the show, everybody. Y'all, come at us at 90daygays.com. You can get some merch there.
Y'all, gay men have very few weaknesses. Hot guys are one of them.
Oh, that's a gay DD. Gay DD. It
Woo.
makes you forget. Woo!
Woo.
Woo! Anyway, y'all. So you can go to 90 Day Gays. You can get your merch. You can get your pride
I feel
shirt.
better after this. I'm still a little nauseous, but I feel better.
Good. I'm glad. It's good to
Come
get
at me if I sounded nauseous.
or don't. Y'all, you can also find Jake and I on CAMEO. Those links are in the show notes. We've got our Love Live coming up. We've got
Find Love
Find
Live.
Fucks Live because I don't have them.
It's really bad, y'all.
God.
When I saw it, I was really excited about it.
You know what I hate?
Yeah.
I hate that we watched for a Bi-Curious episode that Married at First Sight Australia, and I still been thinking about it.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Are you
I
still
thoroughly
watching
enjoyed
it?
it? Maybe. I need to catch up. I'm recording it.
Anyway, y'all. So we got that going on this week. We've got our Bi-Curious episode.
We
of
got
that.
Labor of Love
Labor of
dropping
Love.
on Friday or Saturday.
One of our
Y'all
patrons
barely
told-
care.
One of our patrons said they knew Christy's sister and said that
She
she's a
was
delight.
lovely. Well,
Didn't go to her
someone had
sister.
to be in
Yeah.
that family. I wonder if the sister can tell us if the father is an actual ventriloquist dummy who is aged.
I don't know, but y'all, I have to say, a lot of you put comments like, "I like Keith. I know him in a better light now. Keith can get it.
Yeah.
he can come at me."
We-
A lot of you are like, "Alan made me goosh before, but now I'm like,
y'all, if you haven't if Alan made you goosh before, you gotta. I was emailing with him about poetry today on Instagram.
oh god,
We have a relationship now.
great, y'all." Well, and Keith, really, really hot tea about. So if you haven't listened,
Yeah. Oh, that was so much fun. Both
Y'all-
of them were great.
and just so
Very
if you're not a
different.
Patreon member, but that's fine. You can still listen.
You can
to
still
it for
listen
free.
to our interviews. They're just on Patreon.
Anyway, I think that's all, right?
That's it, y'all.
That's all. We're going to do our sissy shout-outs and everything on the other way. Y'all,
Tomorrow.
that's the show. Remember, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love, poodle?
Yes. And if you decide to throw out a 4-month-old container of fries, call us.